Hello and welcome to CNET's The Fix.
The show about DIY tech and how-to.
I'm Donald Bell.
And I'm Sharon Backman.
This week we're focusing on all things related to your television,
including some super useful tips on how to mount your TV to your wall and how to get the best sound quality.
But first, Eric Franklin tells us how to pick the right size television to maximize your viewing experience.
Hey guys, Eric Franklin here. Now when buying a new TV, one of the most important things you're probably thinking about is screen size. So how do you figure out what's the best screen size for you? Well, THX recommends a 40-degree viewing angle in order to get the most immersive experience when watching movies and TV shows in high definition. Now there's a very simple formula to figure this out, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So first, I'm going to measure the distance in inches from where I want to place my new TV to where I'll actually be sitting. I'll take that number, multiply it by 0.84 in order to get the screen size for the optimal viewing experience. So in this case, I'm going to measure from the TV, I'm going to pull it back to where I'll actually be sitting, which equals roughly 77 inches. Now that'll give me the optimum viewing angle for the most cinematic experience. And if you take that 77 inches and then multiply it by 0.84, you get roughly 65 inches, which is the exact size of this screen. Now that may be too big for you, but CNET recommends going with at least a 50-inch TV for a living room area, but also pushing it to about 60 or even more is going to be even better. The overall takeaway here is that as long as you're not sitting really close to your TV, it's always better to go big.
You get a bigger TV. You get a bigger TV. Everyone gets bigger TVs.
Thank you, Eric Franklin. All right, we're going to a quick break, but when we get back, we're tackling a DIY project on putting your TV on your wall with a mount that will only cost you 30 bucks.
Plus some tips on dramatically improving the sound quality of your TV. Welcome back. Did you know I just bought a new place?
Ooh, how's that going for you?
Pretty great. It's a blank slate right now, but I figured I'd be doing this anyway, so I show everyone how to wall mount a flat screen TV.
Ooh, this should be good.
Yeah, it's a little measuring, a little drilling, but all in all, pretty easy process. Here's how to do it step by step and on a budget. So here's the deal. I've got a new place, I've got a new TV, and this time I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna wall mount my television instead of having it sitting on a console. So I bought this one on Amazon. It's the Cheetah Flush Tilt Wall Mount, $30, rave reviews. It sounds like a good deal. I've got the wall mount that's gonna go on the wall, and then I've got the brackets which are gonna go on the back of my TV and then attached to the mount. All right, so the first thing I gotta do is find the studs in my wall. I hope they exist. To locate them, I'm gonna use the stud finder. This is a magnetic stud finder, which is convenient because it's no batteries to replace. Studs are typically around 16 to 24 inches apart. All right. Line them up with the stud marks I made on the wall. That looks pretty good. Now we're attaching the right size drill bit for our screws. Here goes. Now we're going to put the frame up on the wall and use the bolts to actually get that thing into the studs, hopefully nice and secure. So now I've got all my bolts in. It's looking pretty good. I'm double checking against that level. The bubble's right in the center. All right, now this thing's rated to hold 165 pounds. That means I should be confident enough to give this thing a tug. I feel like it's not gonna come right out of the wall. Now for the next step, we're gonna wanna put the braces on the back of the TV. Before we do that though, I'm gonna need to take the stand off the bottom here. Give it new life as a wall-mounted TV. You're free! So here are the two braces. Here are where they're gonna go. The main thing you wanna be able to do is be able to conceal the braces behind the TV. So if you have a smaller TV and these are poking out the top, you have some wiggle room here to get the right fit. Feel solid. Just feel solid. Confident. So the idea is that these hooks on the back, on the braces, are gonna hook right over the lip and hang down from there, and I can use the little security screws to really lock it into place down below. It's time. Let's put this sucker up on the wall. Oh yeah. There we go. Let's check it out on the back. The hooks are over the frame. Now the cool thing is that this can slide on the track, so I can scoot it over if I want to. Get the perfect placement. It's on. We're almost done. Last thing, I want to make sure it's right dead center. And then I'm going to screw in the security bolts and lock it in place. Beautiful. It's on the wall. Looks like an art piece. All right, I am considering this a success. Everything looks great. Let's play some video. Nice. All right. Now the kit assembled really easily. It only cost me 30 bucks, and I did it all by myself. This is how you wall mount your own television.
Oh, not too shabby, Donald.
Thank you very much.
I love the look of a wall-mounted TV. Well, as most of you know and have probably experienced, an HD TV offers an incredible picture.
But a lot of times these thin, pretty TVs have thin sound too. But there are ways to make it better.
The biggest mistake TV owners make is not investing in audio. These flat panel TVs look great, but the problem is they don't leave much room for booming sound. So today I'll show you 3 ways to add audio to your home theater system. The easiest and fastest way to do it is with a sound bar. They're cheap, easy to install, and look undeniably good underneath the flat panel TV. With soundbars, you can go low end or invest your money in a higher end soundbar. In this case, Vizio is affordable and still sounds good, especially for movies. The drawback with soundbars, though, is that they're well known not to perform as well with music. However, lots of them come packed with features like Bluetooth, and they usually come with a sub.
Like most high achievers, the Huayra is a little bit different from all the other kids in the playground.
For the richest home theater experience, a 5.1 surround sound system is your answer. In this case, sound hits you at every angle with 2 front speakers, a center speaker, 2 rear speakers, and a subwoofer. Now, there are some drawbacks to consider. For starters, the speakers alone can easily cost you $2,000. And then, of course, you'll want to factor in the cost of a receiver, too. On top of it all, 5.1 systems require some planning because you'll want to consider placement, concealing the wires, and in some cases, you might even want to install the rear speakers in the ceiling. If you don't want to go all out with a 5.1 system, the best solution is 2 stereo speakers and maybe a sub. It's one of the most underrated options, but you get great sound for music, movies, and it's really easy to set up. You'll still have to spend a few $100, but the good news is that these speakers can last you up to 10 years and they'll still sound just as good as when you bought them. Setting up stereo speakers is really easy. In this case, I have a compact amp that gets plugged into the TV with a digital audio cord. Then these 2 bookshelf speakers plug right into the back with regular speaker wire. It's really that simple. So whether you go for low-end speakers or invest in something more high-end, there's always a way to add audio to your home theater system for an amped-up viewing experience.
That's it for this week's show.
Thanks for watching.
If you have any ideas for us, any tips, we really want to hear from you. You can tweet me at Donald.
And I'm at Sharon Beck.
Next week, we have a whole show dedicated to smartphone photography.
We'll see you then.
Bye.